song. You can think about the woman or the girl you knew the night before. But your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do when you're riding 16 hours and there's nothing much to do, and you don't feel much like riding, just wish the trip was through. See, here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing a star again. There I go, turn the page. Well, you walk into a restaurant, strung out from the road, and you feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking off the cold. You pretend it doesn't bother you, you want to explode. Most times you can't hear them talk, other times you can. All the same old cliches, is that a woman or a man? And you always seem outnumbered, you don't dare make a stand. Here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing star again. There I go, turn the page. Out there in the spotlight, you're a million miles away. Every ounce of energy you try to give away as the sweat pulls from your body, like the music that you play. Later in the evening, as you lie awake in bed, with the echoes from the amplifiers ringing in your head, you smoke the day's last cigarette, remembering what she said. Here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing a star again. There I go, turn the page. Here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing a star again. There I go, oh, there I go.
Hello everyone, welcome to my home. Hi Queen, hi Umbra, hi Vodka. My grandma and mom used to make this all the time. Well, I haven't had it in like 2 years. So excited about it. And basically it's I'd say it's like a goulash. You take your leftovers and you make this wonderful stew, and it's just really good. I love it. But I haven't had it in quite some time. I could taste it yet. Delicious stuff. Well, it contains barbecue sauce, and you could use just about any barbecue sauce you like, but I didn't have enough. I'm pretty sure I have another jar somewhere in the kitchen. I just don't know where it is. So I made my own, and that's the last recipe you see up there. I decided to add that at the last minute, but don't do like I did and use light brown sugar. Use dark brown sugar. It would work out a whole lot better, and add more liquid smoke, because this is good. No, it don't really taste like Kraft, but I do like it better than Kraft. So there you go. Hello, blood-soaked dragon. How are you? So I started making this, and I just put it in my jar. So that's what we'll be using for the barbecue sauce today, and I wanted to show you that real quick. If y'all, I'm sorry, I keep kicking the stool over here. If y'all have been following on my channel page, you'll notice that we tried to make bacon using a different recipe. We had no idea what it was going to turn out like, and we should have kept reading, because it's only cured for like 3 days or 4 days, something like that. And it did come out pink, as you can see. It was a bit over smoked, but there's no flavor in this bacon. Chad's really upset about it.
Man.
Hi, Cassio. Hi, and thank you for coming. Oh no. Why, oh no. Stars shine upon you. I know, that's what I'm looking at. I thank you so much for the raid. You're welcome to my home. I was just telling him about this bacon. Chad's upset about it because we didn't read the full thing, and it literally says on that same page that some people think it's not salty enough. Well, salt is relative. You know, well, that's wrong. There's like no flavor in this.
Yeah, relative if ain't nothing in it. That's what it's bland.
So we're still gonna use it. This is only like a pound of it. And I had Chad slice it really thick, as you can see. And I'm going to use it in my barbecue stew. Yeah, I got that, vodka. So what we're going to do first is we're going to cook up some bacon. Well, if you want to call it that.
I call
That's
it not
what
bacon.
Chad says. Salt it up. I won't need to. I won't need to do that because this is going to do it in the stew just fine. And these are really chunky pieces. Chad just like, bleh, bleh, you know, and he wasn't really paying attention to what he was cutting. He just wanted it over. He was so upset because he thinks, oh, it was such a waste. But no, it's not going to go to waste. It will not go to waste. We're going to cook this up. We're going to use it just not the way he intended it to be used, you know? It will work out just fine. And that's the pepper he put on it. Y'all know how I feel about pepper, right? Not happy about this one. He said he couldn't get the pepper rinsed off. But that's okay. We're going to make this work. Get my trusty tweezers out. We're just going to slightly cook this. I know it's loud. We're just going to brown it up. I know I overcrowded the pan. Don't fuss at me. Because it's so thick, I gotta kind of turn it down a little bit. Hi, Digi. Welcome. What is sizzling? That is bacon. This is not going to be what I'm putting the stew in, so don't worry about that. Because it's thick, I got to cook it a little slower, a little lower on heat, otherwise it'll be burnt. See? Nice color. Beautiful. And that's basically all I'm going to do to it, is put some color on it. I'm not going to crisp it up. I made sure it was nice and thick like this, so it'll be chunked, cut into cubes, and we're going to put that in the stew. Yeah, this is it, Digi. Chad's not happy. It has the pink color, as you can see from the cure, but it has no flavor. And I think it was because he needed to let it cure for 7 days instead of the 3. But we're going to use it anyway. We're not going to throw it out. 6-hour loop, bacon sizzling. I love bacon. Do love bacon. Chad said he tasted nothing but sweet on there. I didn't even taste sweet.
Oh, I tasted sweet.
I didn't.
As soon as I put it in my mouth, I was like, nope, not enough sugar. I mean, way too much sugar, not enough salt.
No, I didn't taste the sugar. I mean, there was a sweetness there, but that's pork. You know, there's a sweetness to pork.
And I don't care if I let that thing sit in there a month, it would not change that flavor.
Let me get something to put this on. Maybe that'll give y'all a break from all that sizzling too. Sorry, Vodka. I know you were enjoying that. It smells good. I have to say that.
Oh, it smells a little bit like bacon, but not really.
A little bit, my foot. That smells strong like bacon.
Ah, I'm going back to my original recipe.
I don't blame you. We will. Sent you that Polish pumpkin soup recipe. I saw that come in right here. It doesn't really have measurements. Okay, that's fine. It's a matter of what you're used to and what your taste buds like, especially when it comes to salt. I myself out of a lot of salt on my
Put a lot
I
of
myself
salt.
out a lot of salt on my food.
Put.
I don't like salt. I don't want salt forward in anything.
I do.
Chad does.
Especially
Seth
in bacon.
does. But I like the natural flavors. I think salt is needed as an enhancer of flavor, but I don't think it should be forward. Used to, I gotta cut my salt back. Man, that happens every time. Happens with everybody. It's happening to Chad.
Yeah, but the new recipe the old recipe that I use for bacon will be put up soon in Elaine's area, and we're going to redo it again, this time the right way. Not like that guy.
As soon as I find another pork belly, we're going to do it again. We're going to do it the other way. It'll be good. Well, I still do. I got to be healthy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I take it easy these days. Myself.
Not by choice.
Yeah.
He's doing it because I asked him to. share, pretty Steve.
You're putting a real hard sear on that, aren't
I
you?
am, because it's going to be sitting in a stew of juices for like an hour. So I wanted a good color on it.
Oh, we're losing frame. Again.
Twitch having problems again, y'all. Nothing unusual there. Oh, that's not ready on that side. I didn't think y'all would mind me cooking the bacon here on stream, right?
Oh, I don't mind. I mean, okay, it does smell good, but it's not bacon.
It smells good. Maybe it'll stir the rest of the house. You think? Possibility?
Maybe.
Check that piece. Oh, that's perfect. That's what I'm looking for. It's not cooked through because it's too thick. That'll happen in the stew. Now we got a little more room in the pan. Oh, that got my neck. Check this. Perfect. Perfect. That's about ready. Almost. We got a couple more pieces here. Bacon kisses. Hey, it stirred the rest of the house, y'all. It did. It worked.
Bacon can wake the dead.
Apparently. Funny thing is that it got my neck. I'm like 3 feet away from it. I'm actually reaching the arm's length here to get to that pan, and it still got my neck. That's how I keep a piece from over browning right there. Is I'll prop it up on the other pieces. Little tip. Yeah, you know that Folgers commercial that wakes the house up. Just fry some bacon. It is, Cassie. That's a camp stove. Ran off of butane. We're risking carbon monoxide poisoning for your pleasure. I have an electric one, Cassie, but it's like got no BTUs to it whatsoever, and it takes forever for it to do anything. It's a GEPOS. So, yeah, I decided to go with the camp stove. Had it for years. The boys use it for brewing because it has the actual BTUs to get water to a boil pretty quickly. And once this finishes browning up, I'm going to cube it up for the stew. But you do take a look at that barbecue recipe. It's not bad whatsoever. I like it. It's my preferred. While I chop up the bacon, we'll get the stew going. The actual stew. There we go. Remove that. We'll save that bacon grease for another time. Chad will probably say, "Don't say that nasty stuff."
Yep, that's about what I was about to say. It ain't worth it.
So,
I'm a little salty, unlike the bacon.
He's a little salty. And we got to put 6 tablespoons. Don't fuss at me about this. This is the way the recipe goes, and it works. So a whole 6 tablespoons.
Oh, you think that's bad? You should see what happens when you make croissants.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to do that for y'all.
Oh, they're so good.
I'm going to do that. Y'all love it.
There's 2 things that Elaine makes that bread-wise, that are like off the charts. That is her French bread and her croissants.
Now, let's get that butter melted. We don't want to brown it, so turn it down. Let's go for these pieces here first. And this is all I'm going to do to it. I'm just going to cube it up like that.
Jane.
Hi, Jane. If she makes croissants, that's how you know she loves you. No fancy gifts. No need for any of that. Just a box of croissants.
Mm-hmm. Valentine's Day, croissants. That's all I need. Birthday, croissant. Christmas, croissant.
1.5 cups of onion. I just diced that up this morning. Like I said, I don't want it really hot. So this is just going to be a nice cook on it, slow cook on it. Get that translucent while I'm doing this. I'm going for the first pieces to come out so I don't burn my finger. Hey, Jinxily. Jane and lukewarm too. Oh yeah, yeah. Fresh from the oven. Even better with some homemade jam. Hello, I'm using you as a break from work today. Okay, that works. You're welcome here. And matter of fact, I can even say you don't have to go back. Your boss might say it differently, but I say you don't have to go back to work. Jam is too sweet for me. I can only eat that very rarely and usually just a bit of cheese. Jam on cheese? Am I reading that right? Jam on cheese. Wow, I have not tried that. They go together, huh? I know honey and cheese goes together. Like a brie. That goes together pretty well. But I have not tried jam and cheese. Ow. Hot. Sorry, I haven't been able to get back to chat. Hang on. The flavors tend to go well. Because I don't want to. No, you don't have to go back to work, did you? I don't blame you. You can stay with me. I have to use just a little small amount, but I can totally see a soft spreadable cheese on a croissant. Oh yeah, definitely. I think my heat went out. No, it's still there. Like I said, nice and low. Try not to hit that on the side of the thing. Okay. I will play hooky with you. Can I play hooky? I'll play hooky. I ain't played hooky since a long time. I need to be chopping up that garlic real soon. Ow. Hot. This is home done bacon. Didn't turn out right. There's like no flavor in it, so we're going to add our own flavor in it by putting it in the barbecue stew. It'll be just fine, despite what Chad says. This is a way where y'all could use anything you want. You had some leftover chicken, that can go in the barbecue stew. You have some leftover bacon or pork belly or some that didn't turn out quite right. It can go into the stew. That's the beauty about barbecue stew. It's like a goulash. It's got all your leftovers in it. In particular, meat. There is some constants in these recipes. If you notice, I did put 3 of them up there. That's because I actually had 3 different recipes for it, and you can mix and match it to your liking. You do not have to stick with one individual recipe. You can, some don't even call for potatoes. In my opinion, potatoes would make it heartier, more thicker, and what do you call it? Hearty. It'll fill your belly better. Potatoes are cheap, you know, so we use a lot of potatoes around here. Chad was called the Potato Man as a little boy. So, and hi, Hungry Monkey, welcome.
Absolutely true, Potato Man.
I keep forgetting to rinse the cure off my bacon. Ugh, so annoying. Yeah. Chad didn't do that with the really salty bacon he did the last time, not this one, but the time before.
Oh, yeah.
And it was way over salty for me. I couldn't hardly eat it. It was delicious.
It was good.
It was delicious, trust me. But it was way salty for me.
Yeah, my original recipe doesn't use pink salt. Just, it's literally salt cure.
Oh, that's good, Digi. That's real good. Always can. I love canning. And I'm going to show y'all how to can too one day. I don't know when. I do have some cucumbers that just came in. It's not quite enough to do a batch of pickles though. After this, I think we add the garlic, so I need to chop that up. I knew I was missing something I needed to be doing. There you go, Hungry. can hear you typing. I don't have a garlic mincer, y'all. So this is how I do garlic. I had one. Darn thing was so finicky. It drove me insane. And I never could get it clean right. Oh, did you? You still there? Yeah, you're there. Don't put this knife in your sink. As soon as you're done with it, wash it, put it in a drawer. Don't put it in your sink. You know where I have my pressure canner, did you? It's on top of my refrigerator, as well as my cheese press up there. It's the only place I have to store it. Hi, Velvet Lee. Welcome. That's where snacks go. I had to remove my potato chips from the top of the refrigerator. They had to go in the pantry because I did not have enough room. Darling, there's the dog in the backyard.
Oh boy, I got it.
Could you please go take care of that?
Yep.
Just looked up after washing my hands and see a white dog in my backyard. It looks like it might be Mo, whatever. Yeah. Let me show you. I don't know if Chad wants me to show you this or not. Chad has a system for sharpening. You know, hang on, y'all. I thought Seth would have grabbed Taki when I said there was a dog in the backyard. He didn't. So when Chad is sharpening my knives, he has this little handheld one, and that's for like quick sharpens. When he's really wanting to get an edge back on the knife, he uses these. And he can actually put a new edge on a knife this way. Yeah, Taki likes other dogs. She wants to go meet them. Excuse me. So she has a fit every time she sees another dog. One job, Seth, Hungry says. All right, that looks almost translucent, right? Add the onion and cook, stirring frequently until the onion is translucent. Add the garlic and cook, stirring for 2 more minutes. Maybe a minute longer. I don't want to brown it. Now we have somebody at the door. Oh my goodness. We are in a mess today. Well, it looks like they are starting to brown just a tad, so that should be ready. Add the garlic. cook for 2 more minutes. Who was it?
Trying to come into the front door because I went back to the back of the flower.
So it was Mo?
Yes, Mo. We got out.
We have a neighbor's dog that keeps slipping his fence. And he doesn't mess with my chickens in the backyard, believe it or not, but it makes me uncomfortable. Is it bad that I would love to eat the onions by themselves right now? No, that's not bad. Why would that be bad? And it says I'm going to add potatoes, and I haven't even diced those up yet. So what I did is it calls for 3 cups of diced potatoes. I just grabbed 4 potatoes. I didn't weigh them. I haven't chopped them. I'm going to turn this way down while I chop these up. Oh, did you? Hi, Buck. How are you? Oh, you're Dawn. Well, it's not mine. That was Chad's. Honey, I couldn't find the small one that you typically use, so I showed him the big old blocks of yours over there.
Oh, the big ones, huh?
The big ones.
Some people call them whetstones.
Yeah. Putting your potatoes in water after you peel them really tends to firm them up. It makes it a little harder for your knife to get through them, though. Taki is still over there in Seth's arms whining. Alright, one more potato. I think my flame went out.
Oh, do you need a new can?
No, it's got fuel in it. It's just I turned it down so low that it went out. I guess I could turn it back up now because I'm about to add the potatoes. So take Taki all the pets. Alright, I should have had all that done before stream, but here we are. Now, I'm going to add our potatoes. And like I said, this is not a necessary ingredient, but I think it makes it more filling and hearty. And we also put in our lima beans. I believe if y'all were here for the jambalaya and shrimp etouffee stream, I have talked about Margaret Holmes. This is it. It's a local brand. They have some of the best canned vegetables I have ever come across. Plus, they're local, so they're on the shelf. They're not shipped all the way around the country before I get them. And they do a fantastic jambalaya in a can. My only issue with it is that the rice that's in that can, they've done something to it, and it's really firm. And I have heated it up and cooked it down, and it's really no getting the rice any softer. It's al dente, and that's the way it's done. This is my lima beans. You can see the seasoning. It says seasoned lima beans. They're really good lima beans. I enjoy them a lot. We're also going to add some corn. It says frozen. I don't keep frozen vegetables. I usually will either can my vegetables or buy the cans of vegetables. So there's corn.
Vodka just said lima beans, and I was just sitting there thinking, I only like lima beans in stew. That's it.
I like lima beans in just about anything. I grew up with them. But since Chad don't eat them like I do, we just don't cook them that much. And what I'm adding is an ingredient from a different recipe of the 3 I put up there. You ought to try them, Jangle. Margaret Holmes are good. Try the jambalaya. All right, so this is from another of the 3 recipes, is celery. And I use the leaves and all because the leaves in celery have so much flavor that it's unbelievable. Don't omit the leaves. I love the taste of celery. I love the taste of it stewed, fried, it doesn't matter. I'll take the leaves of my celery, I'll use it as an herb itself. It's amazing. All right, then we're going to add our chicken stock and tomatoes. Now, I did not have any chicken stock made up. I only had some beef stock in my refrigerator, so I used some bouillon and dissolved it in 3 cups of water. And I also found Cento tomatoes again.
Oh,
Y'all
wow.
remember those?
I do. Those are good.
I found those. They're petite diced, or so they say. And I'm almost out of tomatoes. We used almost all of them the other night. All my canned stuff. I do have some fresh still. They're getting kind of old. I probably should have used them. But that is the base of the stew. That's it.
Yeah, I know you probably already said this. You use better than bouillon, right?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
Better than bouillon is the only bouillon I use anymore.
It's good stuff.
It's pricey,
It is.
but that's the stuff. It's the amazing bouillon. Don't get the garlic one though.
Yeah.
You won't like that one. Nobody likes that one.
It's better than those little cubes. I know that.
We bring that to a boil and we cover it, reduce heat, and simmer for 25 minutes or until the vegetables are tender. So that's all this is to it. No more seasonings to be added yet. The meat won't be added just yet. Where's my lid? There we are. And to go with this tonight, they say best with coleslaw, which I don't have a head of cabbage, I'm sorry. They also say crusty bread, biscuits, cornbread, anything like that. So I figured I'd make biscuits again for you. But this time I'm going to do it with butter.
Okay. You got my attention.
We start off with my skillet. We're going to put a pat of butter in there. And that's going to be just to keep the biscuits from sticking. That will go in the oven at 425 degrees for until the oven is preheated, actually. Meantime, let me get my measuring cup. We need 2.5 cups of flour. I better check that. I never can remember, is it 2.5 or 2? It says 2 cups. Okay, 2 cups of flour. If it seems too wet, then we can add another half cup. So, that's no big deal. And I do not have buttermilk today either. So, we are going to be doing something a little different. But don't worry, it'll be good. We need 2 tablespoons of sugar because Southern biscuits are a little sweet. Let's come to a boil. Let's return that down. And we need 3 teaspoons of baking powder. And I need to set that timer for 25 minutes. Make sure my flame is still there. All right. I know. I could make buttermilk. I ought to show y'all that one day. I can make it. Let me try these off. Used them earlier, now they're wet. Don't want to stick that into my baking powder. All I see is my childhood. We need 3 teaspoons. May seem like a lot. That's what makes them so light and fluffy. We also need a teaspoon of salt. I think my salt was contaminated with tomato sauce. Chad. He says nothing. I didn't make tomato sauce last night, except Chad did. Now, this is the way you do it when you're doing it with butter. Just need to cut it up slightly. No need to measure. No need to be accurate. I want to get all that butter off there. You know, you can save these. Save these papers so they got the butter on it, right? Use them to butter your cake pans. Now, we're just going to crumble this into our flour mixture. Use the paper? Why waste it? It also keeps your hands from getting all greasy. So I'm just taking the butter with my floured hands and breaking it up like so. I do a lot of things the old way, vodka. I don't like newfangled things and methods and shortcuts. I think everything tastes better if I take my time with it. What my grandmother would call love, show it love. If you're doing it with processors and blenders and store-bought broths, unfortunately I had to, then it doesn't have the love in it. There is shortcuts. I just don't like them. So that's pretty crumbled, right? Let me get my hands clean. 100-hour brownies for your birthday. Okay, you're gonna have to share that. I want to hear that one. I want to see that one. I love brownies. I mean, get back, I love brownies. Don't get between me and brownies. Just warning. Brownies are my favorite. If it has to be chocolate and super sweet, it's going to be brownies. All right, thank you. Now we need milk. If you wanted to make buttermilk and you don't have any on hand, you could take plain milk, add about a teaspoon of lemon juice or vinegar, and then top the milk up to 1 cup mark. You've got, let it sit there for about 5 minutes. You've got some sense of buttermilk. It's not exactly buttermilk, but it works. Oh, that sounds so good. It's me. I'm so sorry. I just like saliva started going. I am so sorry. That sounds so good. About 3/4 of a cup of milk. I'm not measuring it accurately. Sounds amazing. I'm gonna heat my oven up to 425, and I'm gonna put my pan with the pat of butter in it into the oven. Yes, I forgot to hit the on. Terrible oven, yelling at me all the time. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flick the flour mixture over the milk, and I'm gonna let it sit there for just a couple minutes. Yeah, I've done brownies like that, Queen. Oh, me too, Velvet. I want brownies now. Vodka's mean. Had to bring up brownies. Crazy. Something that takes 100 hours, you know it's got to be good, right? I'm going to clear away some of this. It'll be coming back out, but right now I need the space. I'm on Two Frothy Beards Discord. Honey, could you put up the link?
Of course I can. Oh, I think vodka might be on there, but here, just in case.
I have a channel in there, Cooking by Elaine. So you can share it there. Am I the sad one? I don't like that much chocolate. Yeah, you're the sad one, Jinxie. It's a damn shame.
Hang on, I'm gonna move your timer just a little bit.
Just gonna wipe up a little bit. My mess. Why is my pen out? Y'all wanna know that? Because I mark everything. I write down everything. When I package leftovers up, when I store things, I label it and date it. It's a necessity.
You need a fuel can.
I have it on low.
Well, it's so low it's barely there.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Right, that's what you're looking for.
Probably will need another can later.
You want me to go
Says-
ahead and get one out?
Sure.
Okay.
This got another 45 minutes after the meat goes in. Oh, I love things that take time, Queen. It's got to take time. It's good that way. My name is Rumor, nowhere on Discord.
Oh,
Vodka says.
how dare.
I need the link. I did system reset. He put the link right up there above that, Vodka.
Or just do exclamation point Discord.
Or you could do exclamation point Discord. And if y'all remember, the last time I made biscuits, I did it with bacon grease. This time it's with butter. It's there, Jinxie. Did y'all not see the link?
There's your can.
Post it. Oh, okay, he's got it. Yeah. Yeah, for 100 hour is definitely a long recipe, and that's perfectly fine by me. I mean, think about it. I like to make croissants. Croissants take 2 days to make. Practically, anyway. My recipe does, because it sits in the fridge overnight. My fried chicken takes 2 days to make. And that's no lie. It sits in a brine for overnight, and then it sits in buttermilk overnight, and then it's cooked. So I'm just going to fold this about 4 or 5 times. I'm not going to knead it. I don't want any gluten developed here. Pat it down. I'm going to make these biscuits kind of big this time. Try to get it nice and even and level. And then I forgot to get my biscuit cutters out. Now I'm going to have to wash up my can. I see it. There we go.
Sorry, I was just reading the borscht thing. My goodness.
Yeah. Just set that in a little bit of flour, set it off to the side. Ooh, stuck. There we go. Okay. So there's the 4 guest biscuits. Now we do the family biscuits. If y'all remember any of that. A little more flour. Just to keep it from sticking. Nothing more. Never have liked beets. The last time I tried beets, it tasted like I was eating pure dirt. So no, I don't eat beets anymore.
Well, they can taste that way, but I mean, it just depends on how they're cooked. If you have to kind of cook that dirt flavor out.
See, I just don't have enough experience with beets then.
I used to love them when I was a kid.
Macaroons? Vodka? Love macaroons.
Damn almond flour. I just, she showed me almond flour. I was like, I wouldn't work with that stuff. That stuff is no way.
Almonds, flowers, no big deal.
Blech.
No, Seth made it. You see that? But he said, welcome in advance.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't found that. Maybe I just don't know what I'm doing with them. And I admit, I'm not perfect. There's some things I do not do well. And I generally just leave them alone. Why test fate, you know? Macaroons, not to be confused with macarons. Not to be confused with Macron. Okay. Let me wash up a little bit. There's going to be some running water. No way to do this without it. You got dough up underneath your nails and across your cuticles. You're going to have to scrub it. Now, dry my hands off. Let me get my pan. And my oven just went off when I was washing my hands up. Clear off a spot. Get my trivet.
Oh, he wasn't saying macaroons. It was macarons that he's making. I don't even know what the hell that is.
My oven mitt. I thought he just misspelled it. There it is. That's just butter that's come to 425 degrees. We're going to put the biscuits right into it. You hear it sizzle? Make sure the biscuits are touching each other. That's why I like to use this kind of pan. It's because I can actually squeeze my biscuits in there, and what that does is it encourages the biscuits to go up. Taki. Encourages
20 minutes.
It encourages the biscuits to rise instead of spread out. They go in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes. Usually 12 minutes is enough. And so that'll be another 4 minutes after this timer goes off. Seth was over there holding Talkie is what was going on because she saw the dog and she did not forget. So whenever Seth finally let her go, she immediately ran for the back door looking for that dog. She's got a mind like a steel trap.
Well, she does. She don't forget either. Boy,
She does not forget.
Phew.
Now, biscuits are done. We're just waiting on that. Now, I'm gonna just wash this cloth out. I got flour everywhere. The water went cold.
You can hear Talkie.
You can?
Yeah.
What y'all do? Put her in the crate?
Yep, she's in her crate.
Oh, poor Talkie. All right, what'd I miss? Had an older Ukrainian lady teach me to make borscht when I was still a teen with beef, pork sausage, and root veggies. Very filling and so good. I've never had borscht. That's one dish I've never tried. Alrighty. We need my cutting board back out. Wipe that off a little. Alright, instead of chicken today, I'm doing andouille sausage. The reason is, I had it in my freezer for a while, and I thought it was time for it to come out. And I could have used chicken, but I didn't have any chicken left over. So, this is a great way to get rid of things. Like I said, it's like a goulash. You could put just about anything in.
I love this sausage so much.
It's good sausage.
It is.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut it diagonally in slices. What I don't like about the sausage, prepackaged like it is it's got that curve and it's kind of permanent.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's aggravating trying to stretch that thing out straight. Well, borscht is different depending on region and country. Some of them are awful. I will admit that. No, he's not going to steal this, not yet.
I was going to ask her. I think that's pre-cooked, and then I probably would have came in there.
Let me get the package. Let me find out. It looks it.
Yeah, I think it is, actually.
Fully cooked,
Yep.
yes. So, we got this pork belly we're going to put in it. We got our andouille sausage.
I'm not stealing, I promise.
And then, we have leftover pulled pork. I'm pretty sure y'all have looked at food before and seen Chad pulling the bone out of the pork butt. This is from that. And what we do after we shred it up, we add a little bit of North Carolina barbecue sauce to it, which is just a vinegar base sauce. It's just spices and apple cider vinegar and water. And that's all there is to it. And I put it into these bags and freeze it in portions. Once you pull it apart though, you can see the pulled pork. It's the same thing that you would find on a barbecue sandwich.
Is that the one that was done for like 12 hours?
That's the last one.
Yep, that's the 12-hour one. That one came out the best of them all.
Let me get my recipe a little closer. All right. All right, once these go in, it goes in the barbecue sauce, the Worcestershire sauce. I'm omitting the brown sugar because I think the barbecue sauce has got plenty enough sugar in it. Salt, black pepper, cayenne, sausage, pork belly, pulled pork, goes all in it. And it simmers uncovered for about 15 minutes. And then it's done. And the longer it sits, the better the flavor is going to be. Excuse me. And don't be afraid to add more tomatoes to it if you want. Add other vegetables to it. You know, it doesn't have to be just what I added. It could be any vegetable combination you'd like. But lima beans are essential. They have to be in there. But as soon as that goes in, we're going to let it sit for 15 minutes, then we're going to taste and adjust seasoning. That's the key to cooking, in my opinion. You have to taste. But don't season it until the final product. Otherwise, it'll be too salty or something. Psycho puppy? We have a psycho puppy now?
No, it's about Mouse. Her dog. The big one.
Oh, bruh. You don't know what you're missing. Alright. Look at the steam. Now, what we need to do is add a cup and a half of barbecue sauce, I think it is. Making sure. Yep. So, what I have left in the pot here, I say it's about a half cup. And I got this for later. Add another cup to it. Oh, is it not going to come out? Is it going to be like ketchup? There it goes. Alright, we're alright. Want to taste my barbecue sauce, Seth?
Yeah.
Grab a tasting spoon from behind me. There we go. I made a mess of the cat, but alright. Cup and a half of barbecue sauce.
That's great. Ooh.
Oops! I just slung barbecue sauce across the kitchen. Whoops.
That's all right.
No. Well, I would tell Taki to get it, but she's being a bad girl.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know if she needs that salt content anyway.
She's in the cage right now.
Did you show them? I'm sorry. Did you show them your label
My label?
on your sauce jar?
Chad made it.
That's Mama's barbecue sauce.
There's just about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce left in this bottle. And that's about it.
I'm glad you're using the andouille sauce.
But I do have another bottle. Yeah, Mouse is hyper when Walker comes to get her. No, I didn't think she was psycho. Sounds like just a cute puppy to me. Like I said, I'm omitting the brown sugar because I think that barbecue sauce has plenty in it. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. And I know it's going to need the salt because that bacon has none.
Your alerts are not going off, but Helpless Dolphin just followed.
I noticed that.
I'm going to try to get that to come back on this.
Hi, Helpless. Welcome to my home. Glad to have you here. Oh, I forgot to set that timer for 4 more minutes. I bet you my biscuits are about done now. Need a half a teaspoon of black pepper. Then I'm going to check on the biscuits. Nope, they're not ready. All right, and we need a 1/4 teaspoon to a half a teaspoon, depending upon how spicy you want it. I'm gonna add 1/4, and then the boys can add more if they want it.
You know it.
On their own plates. So this bacon goes in. Sorry about that. Barbecue goes in. The pulled pork. And the andouille goes in. And this is in replace of the chicken. Just to show y'all that there's just about anything you could put in this.
I like the sausage and specific.
Now, I'm going to give that a stir. And break up that pulled pork.
And if we don't eat all this, we can freeze this, right?
I can freeze this, I can can it.
Beautiful.
But usually, we'll eat on something like this for 2 days.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
Back to back, because it's always better the next day. That's just the way it goes. Have you ever heard of the never-ending pot?
I heard
Yep.
of the never-ending story.
There's a never-ending pot recipe. It dates back to the Dark Ages. And it was basically, they would take whatever they had, cabbage, turnips, any type of meat, and they just throw it into a big pot and put it over the fire and let it cook all day. They would eat that night. And then the next day in the morning, they put that pot back on the fire and then add more to it. Never cleaning it out. And they just add more to it, add more to it. Each and every day. And it was called the never-ending pot. And it's basically a goulash. And you just keep adding to it, adding more liquid. Whether they had broth, they had the bones usually sat at the bottom of the pot. That kept the bottom from burning. Yes, that is true. All right. We need to bring that up to a simmer again. Because I added so much, it's going to take it a minute.
And your alert's still not going off. The cooking class pour just followed.
Hi, the cooking class. And you are in the right place. You are very much in the right place. You have the same name as my mom. Aww. I have no idea why my mom named me Elaine. But that's what she did. I would say that this probably could use another cup of broth to it if you want it to be a little bit more saucy than this. Because this is extremely thick with everything I've added to it. And the reason I say you're in the right place, Chef, is because I cook on a dime. I will just cook what I have. I'll pinch my pennies I don't buy chicken breast. I don't go out to specifically buy a package of wings. I buy what in bulk. I break things down and freeze them that way, and I make beans and cornbread for dinner sometimes. It only costs me $2. It's a pretty name and very old-fashioned. Yes, it is. Well, I was born in the 70s, so that doesn't really make sense for me, for my case anyway. All right, Brunswick stew, for instance, the cooking class pour, is because it's leftovers. It's a goulash. The pulled pork is from a previous meal. The andouille sausage I had in my freezer for about 2 months. It needed to go. The bacon, the pork belly or bacon, whichever you want to call it, that I put in here, as you see that, was our own homemade bacon that didn't come out right. Oh, are you, Jinxie? I didn't know that. I will be 50 in December. Oh, I understand, Hopeless. I'm not telling you my whole name. You're 58. Oh my goodness. I thought I was the oldest person in Chad's stream. But that is Brunswick stew. Right there. It's very thick. And like I said, if you want, you can add another cup of broth or two, if you like, to make it more saucy. I might actually do that because my biscuits have come out. That's what we're eating this with. Let me get the skillet. And you need to get these out of the iron skillet right away. And Chad has moved my baskets around. I never know where I'm supposed to look for these things.
Well, I try.
I know you do. He tries to clean up, but you see, I collect things like wicker baskets, and I like to use them, and not just as a pretty thing. I like to actually use them. So, dang it, Chad, moving baskets.
No, right.
This should have already come out of my skillet here. So we need to get this going. We need something I'm not touching that skillet. It's hot. And there's the family biscuits, the rough looking ones. That's for your guest. Look, perfectly brown.
Ooh.
And of course the little one in the middle, that'll probably be a Taki biscuit.
Yep.
So she's been a bad girl.
Hey, she doesn't know that she's a bad girl.
Yeah, she does. She's in the cage.
Yeah,
Give me the
she
eyes.
doesn't know that she's been bad. She's like, she's trying to protect us
Why don't you
from
let her
the
out?
dog.
Or like she wants to go play with the dog.
Let her out.
Okay.
If she starts going crazy again, you know what to do.
Let me find her biscuit. This might shut her up too.
Mm-hmm. Distract her with a biscuit.
I'll distract her with a biscuit. All right, give it a stir. Come here, Taki. Look, it's a little warm.
And immediately shuts up.
I don't
dog.
play, Jinxie. I'm gonna give her the biscuit. Here you go, Taki. I don't plate my dishes up. We always do this family style. So when this is ready, everybody gathers around the island. We divvy out our own foods and go sit down. And that's the way I do it. But I do have to taste this for seasoning.
Oh, did you answer Jinxie when they asked you don't plate tip? Flip?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was too busy with that.
Oh, plate tip. No, I don't. I move them straight out into a basket. And honestly, I don't think that needs anything. That doesn't need any salt. That doesn't need any more Worcestershire barbecue sauce, nothing. It could use some thyme. Or maybe even some savory, in my opinion. This is just the broth. It's got the right barbecue sweetness. It's got the right Worcestershire. If anything, I would add some rosemary or thyme or oregano to that, but I wouldn't mess with it otherwise. All right, there. You need another biscuit, Taki?
Don't spoil her.
I almost get her to hush, and so she won't bark and interrupt my stream.
Oh, that's a piece of biscuit. Trust me, she's not eating her whole biscuit.
Yeah, I'm not giving her the whole thing at once. No way. Let me get some things cleared up over here. Turn off my oven. That don't need to be on.
If you gave her a full biscuit, she'd explode.
And then come
Yeah.
back for more.
She might throw up and then come back.
Yep.
Let me show you how to do this. This had just butter and dough in it. And I'm not going to put it into water for that. I'm going to wipe it out real good. Get all that stuff loose off the bottom. Fold my napkin. Do it again. And with another clean side of my napkin, I'm going to do it again. And dump that out. It's very hot. It usually comes right out when it's still that hot. Then, I'm going to take a damp cloth, not wet, damp. I'm going to just give it a light wipe. Done. Clean, ready for the next use. That's how easy an iron skillet is to take care of. Once that cools off completely, I'll put it away.
After a light coat of oil.
A little bit of oil after that, yeah. That's it. And Taki's underneath my feet right now. She is literally right here.
We could see her.
She's looking for more biscuit.
She likes your biscuits.
Let's see. Give us a stir. It should been turned down. Too many things going on. All right. And that's it. We're ready to eat.
That soon, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
That's crazy. That's why I like this stew. It's quick. Can I have some
Taki.
of that biscuit?
You
This
can
is
let,
Taki's biscuit.
No, I want a little bit of biscuit.
and I think the longer you let that sit and just kind of simmer, the better it gets.
Yeah,
Of course.
With the lid on.
right. Reducing this temperature little by little, just to where it's barely boiling. And put the lid on. It's ready to eat when you're ready to eat.
Can I come try it?
The longer it sits, the better it tastes. And yes, I have a tasting spoon for you.
Yay.
I wouldn't mind trying it myself after that.
All right, let me get another spoon.
Oh, I was just gonna watch the same spoon, but okay. I ain't gonna complain.
There we go.
The camera really doesn't capture the color on that's all that great.
Need to check those potatoes to see if they're done too.
I'll do that.
I know you would do that. You're a potato man.
Okay. That's probably the best Brunswick you've ever made. That's amazing.
I think it has a lot to do with the celery.
Probably. I think it's also due to this barbecue sauce.
The barbecue sauce and the pork, the pulled pork.
Adds a smokiness.
There's a smokiness. I love it.
That's pretty delicious.
And now I got a little bit of that barbecue pork.
You can't help it.
Ooh, and a little lima bean there too. Bonus.
Hey, you already put that in your mouth. Don't be shaking that
Well,
off
I
into my
didn't want-
pot.
That's okay. We're all eating, in the same pot.
Mmm.
And
Is the
good.
potato done? You didn't
yeah.
answer that.
Yeah, the potatoes are done.
Now try a piece of the bacon, that failed bacon, if that's what you want to
Oh,
call
you
it.
know that's going to be goodness. If it wasn't really good bacon before, it's good bacon now.
Wasn't my fault.
No, of
No,
course
it
it's
was not
not
your fault.
Stupid ass recipe.
Hey.
More sugar than freaking salt. Sorry, I'm getting loud.
I feel like getting loud. There's the piece of bacon that, yeah.
Faux bacon. We'll
Faux
just call
bacon.
it faux
Right.
bacon.
Mm. It's got the texture.
Tastes good?
I would let it go for a little longer on a
Obviously.
nice simmer. Still a little tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it tastes amazing in that. That's really good.
That's
in
the
there.
best thing about the stew. You can let it simmer for hours.
Nice work.
It works. And it works even better the next day.
And I was about to say, it tastes better longer. So it's
Weak. What do you mean weak sauce, Umbra?
weak sauce. Oh, shut up, Umbra.
I don't get it.
Well, he's either calling Dad weak sauce or he's calling something else weak sauce. Either way, the recipe sucked.
Yeah.
But the sauce isn't weak, Umbra. The bacon was. The bacon was
He's
tasteless.
not talking about the actual sauce.
No, he says the bacon was tasteless.
Yeah, but the
That's what
bacon
he's
was
talking
made
about.
with weak sauce, which is
It's
absolutely
not.
correct.
It's a figure of speech.
The marinade was weak sauce, is what he's saying.
Yeah, it's a
Unless
saying.
you're reading, you don't need know
I
nothing.
read.
All right, y'all. That's it. That is the recipe. I love Brunswick stew. It's going to be delicious. I can already tell it. I'm going to let it sit and simmer for about an hour before we eat. I need to put my biscuits in the microwave or something to keep them warm. I didn't realize that we were going to wait a little bit, otherwise I wouldn't have made the bacon yet. But that's the way it goes. Y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all next time, Sunday, 2 p.m. Thank you for coming, and thank you for the follows.